You're watching Beyond Walk and Talk TV.
First,
ให้ช่วยถามภาษาไทยอังกฤษได้หมดเลยนะคะ
first question, Abani.
ค่ะ
We have seen you have been to Pahurat Market and all around Sampeng, the Old Siam. Can you tell us about your experience there? How was it?
So that was my first day in Bangkok, and I had a little extra time. They asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I want to look at fabrics. That's one of my favorite things to do traveling, and Bangkok has really great fashion. So I wanted to see what textiles and fabrics there were. So it was very inspiring to see so many fabrics. I've never seen so many fabrics in a different country before. So there was a lot of Thai silks that were beautiful. I picked up some clothing. So really great fun experience. I tried the crispy tacos too, the sweet crispy tacos with the egg. I forget the name of it, but it's really good.
ขนมเบื้อง
Kanum bunyang. Yes, that was it. Yes. So good first day in Bangkok.
And is there any place in Thailand that you really want to visit but you haven't visited yet?
Oh, well, I went to Pai in 2018 and I loved it so much. It was so beautiful and peaceful. I would love to visit it again. Yes.
เชิญค่ะ
I would like to ask about sustainable fashion and estimated 75% of clothing end up as a waste into the landfill. And the fast fashion is the one who got them. Do you think that high fashion is better or not, and why?
In my opinion, I think high fashion is much more quality fashion. So the clothing lasts in the closet much longer as opposed to fast fashion where maybe you wear a garment once or twice and then you're done with it. So high fashion, it is much more expensive and not as accessible, but it's great to have those pieces that you'll keep in your closet forever.
What is the biggest misconception about sustainable fashion?
The biggest misconception, I would say one is that it's not accessible and it's hard to do. So my job as Miss Universe and using this platform is to really raise awareness and make it easy for people to understand, because I think the big misconception is that it's not understandable and you can't be a part of it. And I'm here to tell everybody in simple little ways how they can be part of the big movement of sustainable fashion.
Okay, Abani, let's talk about like a luxury brand fashion, because even though we are talking about to use more sustainable fashion, but some of the luxury brands the sales are still bigger every year, such as LVMH. They get more than 20% profit increase from the last year. How do you think about this point?
Of the high fashion and LVMH.
Yeah, that still the sales still increase every year, even though we have talked about how we use sustainable fashion.
Yes, I think as you're referring to, the sales are increasing because people love fashion and they still love to buy it. And I'm not trying to stop people from buying fashion, but just raise consciousness around really appreciating your clothing and not just using a one and done method where you buy a piece of clothing and you throw it in the trash. People will always want to buy clothing, but if they keep in mind looking for quality clothing and be conscious about if they can find sustainable fashion a little bit more, I think that's the steps in the right direction. Thank you.
And what about your own brand, Albany Nola? Can you tell us about that one?
Yes, so I run it all myself. Before I won Miss Universe, I was selling pieces. They were one of a kind, upcycled pieces, just like this top. And I would put it on my website. I have shirts that say, if not now, then when. They're from recycled plastic bottles. But when I won Miss Universe, I sold out of everything. So I haven't really been able to focus on my brand because I'm busy doing Miss Universe duties. But I do have if not now, then when shirts that are going to be restocked very soon. They're sustainable, made from plastic bottles. And after my years Miss Universe is when I'll really be able to build the sustainable brand.
Is there any chance we are going to see like the collaboration between Albany Nola brand and MU brand?
Ooh, fingers crossed. I hope so. I hope there's a collaboration that will happen. That would be a dream come true.
I'm gonna be your first client.
Okay, I will remember that.
What advice would you like to give to an individual who would like to start a sustainable fashion retailer?
Yes, for any young designer that is looking for a place to start, I think for one, you can go to secondhand stores or vintage stores and really experiment with clothing that maybe has holes in it or is not as nice, and you won't be scared of ripping it apart and really experimenting to find new designs. I think that's a great place to start for a designer, and that will be the birthplace of different creative outlets, designs, and ideas for you to really find your style as a designer, because you really want that brand identity. I think it's really important to build your brand identity when you're first starting out.
Harmony, we have known that you used to be like a sewing teacher for
Yes.
the women who under domestic violence. Can you share us the story of some of lady that how bad time she was and how you help pull them up?
Yes, so before I won Miss Universe, I was living and working in Houston, Texas at a nonprofit design house, Magpies and Peacocks, where I was teaching sewing classes to women that have survived from domestic violence and human trafficking. So it was a special program with about 5 students each class, and I would work with these women weekly to teach them sewing classes. But it was so much more than sewing classes. We built a community and a support system. I think one of the really important things I learned was building a relationship with a woman to reframe her mindset so she doesn't go back to her past life. I think there's a lot of traumatic experiences people go through, but if they're opened up to opportunity and realize there's so much more out there for them, they're learning not only a new skill, but it's empowering them for a brighter future. And I was able to come in and build a relationship with these women. I have one woman that wanted to go back to prostitution, but I would be with her every single week, reminding her that there's other opportunities in life and that she deserves so much more. So community and the support system, I think, is everything, especially women. For us today, we must continue to push each other forward and not go back to our previous life.
Okay, some maybe last question for me. I want to know, after this, do you have any plan to visit any other country? If for those international fans want to stay tuned and keep following you.
So for this trip, it was Manila and then Bangkok. I will go back to New York for a few days and then to Guatemala for Smile Train, which is a cleft-based organization performing surgeries on children and those in need that need the cleft surgery, and it's free and affordable. So that's next. I'm not sure where else. I will have to talk to the team. I really hope to visit more of Asia though, because Asia shows so much love and I'm grateful to be here. It's so fun and amazing to be Miss Universe here. Yes.
Recently, there's a post on your Instagram which is very inspiring for many women, I think. The one that you choose not to retouch the flaws on the body. Can you tell us more about that, and what values do you want to share through that pictures, through that set of pictures?
Yes, so when I received that photo, the first thing I noticed, I said, oh my gosh, my cellulite is showing. But then I thought, let me post it with no retouching, because that is the beauty of a woman's body. We have imperfections or things that make us special, and I think everybody can relate to that. So I just wanted to be real and inspire women to be comfortable in their own skin. Like I said, it's normal to have cellulite, and I think there's a lot of Photoshop and enhancing that goes along, because we always want to look our best, but I want to promote that we can still look our best even if we don't feel it. And if you can shine and glow from within, I think that's where the true beauty comes from. So that was my idea behind posting that.
How do you think Miss Universe platform can promote that value?
Continuing to promote being comfortable in your own skin. I think over these last 4 months, I have really grown into being much more comfortable. In my first month as Miss Universe in January, I was so nervous about showing maybe mistakes that I make, even when I'm talking, or photos that weren't that perfect, or I was afraid to not show me looking my best all the time. But I think I really want to be relatable to people, and I want to show people that I'm a human being just like everybody else. We have good days, bad days, times when I don't look my best, and I just want that to connect with people and show show women that even if we have a bad hair day, or maybe we don't feel like wearing makeup, that's just the beauty of our life, the diversity, the different looks that we can achieve, and I think we should celebrate all of that. Thank you.
Will you have a clothing project that you collaborate with Miss Universe or JKN?
Fingers crossed, I hope so, yes.
Can I know that apart from the sustainability, which everyone know that you are so passionate about, is there any topic that you want to raise awareness for the people around the world the most?
Yes, there's multiple topics. I mean, Miss Universe really has partnered with for many years Smile Train, which is a cleft-based organization. And actually, this morning we partnered with the Royal Orchid Hotel. They have leftover food from the buffet that is healthy and it's safe to eat. So we redistributed it. So Miss Universe has really given me the opportunity to partner with many organizations during my travels as well. Something I am very passionate about is really allowing people to believe that they have a special gift in this world. So I'm given this ultimate mission to show people, hey, yes, I'm a fashion designer. It's very unique, but I have found my unique calling, and I'm hoping my time as Miss Universe shows other people as well that they have a gift and a special offering to give to the world. And once you find that, be a blessing and use that to help others.
And how do you think how far you have accomplished, and is there anything else you want to do during your reign?
Oh, so many things. I hope I can get to half of them. There's so many ideas, and there's a lot of differences I can make in this world. But I would say recently I just went to Manila and I met with a factory there, and he was telling me how there's only about 1 or 2 factories in Manila, garment factories, and they really need more factories to create jobs for people in the Philippines. And he was asking how I could help as a designer. Maybe I can do a design collaboration there to hopefully bring in more jobs and awareness of Philippine textiles. So that is one idea that's fresh on my mind. There's so many that are coming in. I want to do more sustainable fashion collaborations. But if I don't get to it this year, of course, I will continue to do it after my reign is over.
We're looking forward to it.
Yes.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay po!
Okay, so I'm a Filipino.
Oh.
I'm based here in Thailand. So your message today transcends not only within this university, but also it may resonate to the world. And are we expecting more of speaking engagement in the future? Because we need speakers like you today to voice out some of the things that we have in our society, just like about fashion in cooperation with the schools or university.
Yes, thank you for that question. There would definitely be more speaking engagements that I'll be doing, not only just for sustainable fashion, but I want to connect to everybody. And that's why I really talked about pushing past failure, because I think everybody can relate to that. And so moving forward, Miss Universe is giving me that opportunity to speak to more people. And that is really one of the main focuses of this job, is to connect and inspire people. So I will be doing that the rest of my reign as well.
Wow. So you went to the Philippines and you were chosen to be one of the judges. With that kind of experience, did it change your mind the way how you judge a contestant when they're on stage? Or you stick to your core? I mean, you have your own choices, you have your own preferences. However, when you go to the Philippines, it's another taste, another kind of beauty pageant in which we don't just think and see you as a beauty queen, but with the brain and the way how
Right.
you speak. So could you tell us about it?
Yes, that was my first opportunity to judge, and it was quite an honor to judge Miss Philippines. But I went in looking for a girl that is well rounded, but most importantly, a good communicator, because I would say, as Miss Universe, I'm speaking a lot, and I have the opportunity to really connect with an audience, connect with people, children, and places that I visit. So when I was judging, I was looking for a girl that really brings you in when she's speaking, because when you communicate, you tell the world who you are, and that's how you connect with the people. So not only was I looking for someone that's beautiful on the outside, not only a girl that can walk good, but I was studying all the closed door interviews as well, because it's so important to be able to speak.
Good job. One last question. In terms of your exposure here in Thailand, how long are you going to stay here? We heard that this is just like the second home of Miss Universe. So more exposure, because this country is also a very avid fan of Miss Universe.
Oh, yes, and I feel it. I love being here. This trip, I am not here long enough. I always want to stay longer. It's about 8 days. So what I've been doing is interviews, as well as this opportunity to speak at Bangkok University. We have some fashion shoots going on as well. And then we had the charity where we feed the street with the leftover food. There's a few other things on the schedule. We're packing it all in, but I know I'll be back. And I cannot wait to be back.
Okay. A follow-up, just follow up. Your slogan is, if not now, then when?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, what are the nows that are pressing things that you need to do as an update that you are going to share to the world, the works of Miss Universe?
Ooh, great question. I am always trying to update the world with what I am doing behind the scenes as Miss Universe. I'm very busy and I have opportunities to do 3-4 things a day and juggle a lot. And I really hope to connect with the modern woman that is juggling so many things, and she's still able to present herself and still show up for herself at the end of the day. So the now for me is so important to show people. I really try to portray my adventures and my travels and my experiences with people through social media. The JKN team really works hard to just take y'all along with us, because we want to inspire people to continue to work hard. You can juggle so many things, but ultimately feel empowered and empower your communities, and we're really trying to capture that everywhere we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it possible that you are going to be coming to Thailand again in August to be one of the judges of Miss Universe Thailand this year?
I hope so. I have not heard anything yet. It's funny. I kind of hear about my schedule a little bit last minute. I'm always ready, but a few people have asked me that. I don't know yet, but I really hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mula dito sa Bangkok, Thailand, ako si F. Francisco at ito ang Beyond Walk and Talk TV.
Hi, Beyond Walk and Talk. Hi, bye. I love you.
Please watch Beyond Walk and Talk.
Please watch Beyond Walk and Talk.
Thank you.
Again, maraming salamat kasi.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Universe 2015 Pia Wurzbach, and I'm inviting you to watch Beyond Walk and
Hi, Beyond the Walk and Talk. Nice to meet you.
Hi there, Beyond Walk and Talk.
Mahal kita.